time. I guess that's normal.
Normal. Funny word, normal. What is it? I've been through a lot of garbage in my life, but I also have a wonderful, overprotective mother. I did finish high school, and
I finished 2 years at JUCO while I learned my job.
working with computers.
Sometimes I'm happy and do okay. Well, other times.
Normal, right? I've been busy feeling so sorry for myself that I was forgetting to live.
Do your best by trying hard in life. But if you fail, don't give up. Keep going. Keep trying.
As long as I keep going, keep trying, keep surviving, I am normal.
I am normal. You can talk to me or choose not to. That's normal. You can walk by without making eye contact. In this world, very normal. But if you stare,
I'll run over and poke your eyes out with a sharp stick.
just kidding.
Parlez-vous français? ¿Hablas español? Parli italiano. Do you speak anything other than English? A bilingual person, as defined by linguistics expert Dr. Francois Grosjean, is a person that uses 2 or more languages in everyday life. Italian Cardinal Joseph Gaspar Mezzofanti was said to have spoken more than 38 languages fluently at the time of his death in 1849. Today, just speaking 2 languages becomes advantageous. By speaking both English and Spanish, I've been told that I'm valuable to the job market and that I am very lucky to have grown up knowing both languages. Being bilingual in today's world has become essential. Unfortunately, the United States is falling behind. Today, I will cover the lack of bilingualism in the United States, the benefits your brain receives from bilingualism, and how to get started on learning a second language. To begin with, the United States needs to catch up to the rest of the world. As technology enhances our ability to connect with the entire world, the need for bilinguals increases. Though it is hard to estimate the exact percentage of bilinguals in this world, Dr. Grosjean, along with other researchers, estimate that over half the world's population is bilingual. The United States has been increasing in its bilingualism over the last decades. However, it still falls behind many other countries. In a June 2010 Huffington Post article, it stated that 57% of the European population was bilingual, whereas in the United States, only 16%. The United States used to be decorated with multilingual communities, varying from the harsh European languages, such as the Dutch and the German, to the intricate Native American tongues, such as the Navajo. Being an immigrant country, most households spoke their native tongue at home. However, that began to change. As the United States became independent from England, it needed to adopt a language that unified the entire country. That was solely necessary 200 years ago. Yet throughout the 1900s, new immigrants were pushed to make English their only language. Even today, many people believe that English should be the only language spoken in America. Websites, slogans with graphics and with the words such as, "This is America, speak English or get out," can be found in many places. Even current Republican candidate Donald Trump criticized Jeb Bush for speaking Spanish in one of his campaign trails. During a CNN report, Trump stated, "We have to have assimilation. I'm not the first one to say this. We have had many people for many, many years saying the exact same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish. Though I agree that to succeed in this country, English is a necessity, I don't agree that the United States should limit itself to it. That narrow-mindedness will only set this country further behind because bilingualism is a tool necessary to succeed globally." Apart from succeeding globally, bilingualism brings many benefits to your brain. First of all, it makes your brain healthy. Dr. Fergus Craig, a cognitive psychologist, found in a study that bilinguals, compared to monolinguals, have a 4.1 average of delay in onset dementia. They found similar results in the more specific dementia, Alzheimer's. Basically, bilinguals created a shield within their brain because they were switching back and forth between both languages. And that, according to a 2012 Medical Daily article, is a built-in exercise for your brain. Infants also benefit greatly from bilingualism. Agnes Kovacs of the Institute for Advanced Studies in Trieste, Italy, led a study in which they compared 7-month-old infants that were exposed in a bilingual environment to 7-month-old infants that were not. In the first part of the study, these infants were given an auditory cue and then shown a puppet coming from their right side. This was done several times until the infants were used to seeing this puppet coming from this side. And then they switched the puppet coming from the other side. Those infants that were exposed in the bilingual environment were able to quickly switch their gaze into the new direction, while the other infants were not. Bilingualism also brings improved cognitive skills, meaning the ability to process information, relate to it, remember it, and relate to it. This skill also allows people to focus on an important task while tuning out the rest. The reason why bilinguals have such improved cognitive skills lies in the fact that they have 2 active languages at the same time. For example, when you hear the syllable can, your mind starts to wonder what word it will form. It starts to think of words such as candle or candy. This is no different in what happens in a bilingual's mind, except that it searches in both languages. They're constantly switching back and forth between both languages, exercising their brains and making them stronger. Another piece of evidence that shows the benefits the brain receives from bilingualism is through gray matter research. Dr. Guinevere Eden of the Institute for Advanced Studies at the Georgetown University Medical Center found that bilinguals have more gray matter in the vital parts of the brain, including the executive control areas, meaning the management of memory, planning, and problem solving. Now that we have established the importance of bilinguals in this country and have discovered many of the different benefits your brain receives from bilingualism, we can move on to how to learn a second language. Learning a new language is not just beneficial if learned as a child. Even minimal knowledge of a new language can help your brain. The actual process of learning a new language also exercises your brain, according to Dr. Robert De Keyser, professor of second language acquisition at the University of Maryland. He also stated that in a language, it takes about 2,000 words to cover 90 to 93% of the spoken language. If you learn those first words, you will be able to become fluent faster because you will be able to communicate with others that speak the same language. Flashcards and memory cards may work for some people. However, the best way to learn a new language is to get out there and speak to those with that native tongue. Christine Raker studied Spanish in high school. She then came one day to my house when my parents were taking English classes from a friend. She asked if she could stay afterwards and listen to us speaking Spanish while we were doing stuff around the house. She practiced because her Spanish was choppy and hardly understandable. However, she gladly accepted criticism. Christine majored in Spanish. She now works around the world helping kids who need mentors. She's been to Chile, Peru, various parts of Mexico, Texas, and California. Because she practiced, she dove right into the language and gladly accepted criticism. She was able to become even more fluent than I. Learning a new language may seem like a difficult task. However, after learning a second, a third, fourth, or fifth becomes much easier. Italian Cardinal Joseph Gaspar Mezzofanti would have been extremely valuable to this country. He inspires me to continue learning French, then maybe Italian or Portuguese. If you learn another language, not only will you benefit this country, but you will also benefit your brain. So the next time that somebody asks you if you speak another language, you may be able to answer oui, or perhaps si.